How's everyone doing today? Shankar here. Today, like every day, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin price and the markets and see where are we headed. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And, share if you find this information valuable. So without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. All right, guys, so today we're looking at right now the S&P 500. So I just wanted to point this out that we have the S&P 500. We had a nice rally here, but mind you, we are, could be just trading in this zone. We do have a bearish divergence that's formed on the charts here. So we have this bearish divergence. So, watch out for a rejection and maybe a move down to at least these levels here, right here. Let me put this out. So yeah, at least to down here and maybe further down here. So just keep in mind that we could be ranging for a little bit, and if we do range for a little while, let's say we range in here, this could be another Wyckoff distribution to further downside. Or, you know what I mean? We are still waiting to see if we'll get a touch back to the 200-day moving average, right? So we're still waiting to see if we'll get a touch back to the 200-day moving average. So let's just pull this up here, 200-day. Boom, shakalaka. Let me see if you guys can see this. Yep, there we go. So if you can see, we are still waiting to see if we'll get to the 200-day moving average. Hey Siri. So we're just waiting to see if we would get up here. So, right now we do have this bearish divergence that is playing out. 1 second, guys. Why is this? I'm trying to get a hold of this arrow here. There we go. Yeah, so though we have this bearish divergence, so you can see on the 1 hour we do have this bearish divergence playing out. We could definitely come back down and range in here, but we are anticipating at some point we get a test of the 200-day moving average. Now it does not have to happen, but we are, anticipating at some point we do get to the 200-day moving average. Now, if we do get to the 200-day moving average, what we want to look for, and just remember, anything can happen in markets, right? So right now, the market is looking bearish. We've already established that we have a high here, a lower high, a low here, and we definitely just made a lower low. So what we are anticipating is a rejection off the 200-day if we get up to the 200-day. So just be careful if you see a move up past the 200-day. We want to see if we get past the 200-day moving average, a recovery over this high right here. So we want to see a breakthrough of this high to make a higher high, right? So we want to see a higher high here. If we're going to say, you know what, that was more like a V-shaped recovery, and there is a good probability that we're heading higher, right? So that's what we would want to look for if we recover and get to the 200-day moving average. But as the probabilities are looking, they're at the moment could be a higher probability of us getting rejected and going down. Now we do have this bearish divergence that I was showing you guys, so we could actually form like a double bottom W pattern here and then get up higher. By that time the 200-day moving average would be probably a lot lower than it is now, right? So and then we would anticipate a rejection further down. Right, the reason why we look at this is because Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets move similar to S&P 500 and the stock market, right? So we want to be cognizant of what's going on there. So we had this here at the moment. We are currently, so this is the Bitcoin chart. Currently, we have this daily support that Bitcoin, is at the moment. So we have this support of the low that we were here. This was a low in the summertime, and we're currently underneath them. We did have a wick down here. So we did have a wick down and it got bought up. I actually had an entry this morning with it, and we got our profits. We got our profits and ran away for the day. So, but if we look on the hourly, we're currently underneath it at the moment. But you don't really this chop right now is just, we're kind of ranging in this range, right? So we're kind of in this range here. Price looks, to me, it looks a bit weaker. Volume, we have a lot more selling volume than buying volume at the moment. But let's see, price could definitely break up, and then we'd have the targets here at 32K. And then if we break down, you could even see targets as low as 26K, right? So that's perfectly fine, nothing out of the normal for the market. We look at the USDT dominance, and like I said, guys, we were here and we broken out. Well, I guess it didn't save it. I guess I gotta redraw these. I've been playing around with TradingView, and every time I play around with it, like, stuff just be deleting every 2 seconds. I gotta start redrawing. I've been trying to save charts, and every time I save charts, it just erases all the old charts that I had. So I just gotta figure that out. So what we're looking for right now, guys, is we have this zone here of resistance, which was literally the whole resistance of the whole bull run. So this was 2019, 2020 March. We had September and we had July. And for anyone that's new viewing this, I'll show you guys the correlation between this and Bitcoin. So let's look over here, guys. Let's look at this. So I have these pointed out here. So let's take this one out. So if you look at this area right here, my guys, 1, 2, and 3. Right? Well, I guess we can't count that. This was pretty much the beginning of the bull run right here, right? So you can see how Bitcoin, I guess, let me get this out of the way. You can see how Bitcoin move this up now. Okay, so let me just auto this. There we go. Okay. I think you guys can see this. So you can see Bitcoin over here in this area right here. When we got close to this line, so here, I'll pull this here, put it up the resistance line. The price of Bitcoin went up as the USDT dominance crashed, right? So the price went up, USDT dominance crashed, and then as soon as USDT dominance went up, the price of Bitcoin completely folded like an IKEA chair. Over here, when the dominance went down, price of Bitcoin went up, So the reason why I say, be careful with your altcoins when they start moving up is because, we may just be getting a bullish retest down to here why alts might do well. and then you might have further bleeding from altcoins as the USDT dominance goes up. That's definitely a possibility. Another possibility, this could be a fake out. We come back here and then you have like a massive blow off top, right? But probability right now is we've had this nice breakout. This is definitely, a nice strong breakout on the USDT dominance. Pullback to support may fake a lot of people out thinking it's alt season, when all we're doing is having a retest of the support zone, these support zones, right? So you don't want to be putting extra money in. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I'm not suggesting anything, but you want to be cautious, and keep in mind that when we get a test here, alts and Bitcoin may rise, but if it's a bullish retest, Bitcoin's going to reverse very fast. So just keep in mind of this, and why I think the probabilities of alt season happening right now is a lot lower, unless we come back into this pattern, have a bearish retest, and then move forward down. That could definitely be, a case for Bitcoin, right? So that's definitely something like, definitely could happen, but don't put all your eggs in that basket and just think that that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Try and preserve your capital. You don't have to catch everything. And I'll say this is, if you're new and you're just getting into crypto, give yourself some time back, because things fluctuate so much. Your emotions are gonna be going crazy. You're just trying to figure out, like, how am I gonna make some money in the market. Who's right, who's wrong? Like, you got so much to figure out at the beginning, so don't beat yourself up. I definitely would say that. And you don't have to catch the 100x's every time. You know what I mean? There's always opportunity. People have been making millions before crypto was here, and they're going to be making millions when crypto matures. You know what I mean? So just keep a nice mindset. So I just wanted to show you guys this. So this is August 2010. So this is about 328 bars. I guess you could say from the bottom to the peak of the bull market. So if you look at that, let's say the bottom of this all the way to the peak, this was about 751 bars. Say this is the bottom over here to the peak, about 858 bars. And then if we look over here from the bottom to the peak, there's about 1,064 bars, right? So for the bottom to peaks, let's just, you can look at it. We've definitely have extended from the bottom to peaks of each cycle. So it's not ridiculous to say that this was the top of the bull market. It's lengthened. If you just visually look at it, it looks a bit different, like the drop and the increase. Yeah, it looks a bit different, but the times have extended every time, because the halvening. So every time the halvening cycle of Bitcoin is not every 4 years. It's when every 210,000 block of Bitcoin is mined. That's when the halvening occurs. And the halvening takes longer every time because it's harder to actually mine more Bitcoin as more computers sign on to the network and GPU systems. And so it normally takes longer for the halvening to happen. So if you believe in the halvening theory, all market cycles do increase, a little bit every time. So we have increased, so we went from 338 bars, but this was the very first time, so maybe you don't count that one as much. But the second one, 751 bars. Third days. After the third halving, 858 days. This was 1,064 days. So this was a larger time. So let's say we went, people are calling for more of a bull run. And like I said, man, I'm the biggest bull of crypto. Yeah, man, I'm one of the biggest bulls, but let's look at this realistically, guys. Like, okay, if we come out all the way here, the next halving is in 2024. Like, when do you think we're gonna have the peak if we haven't had it already, right? We need some time to have the bear market before the next halving, and if you believe in the halving theory, we got about a year or two before things ramp up again, if that would be the case, right? So yeah, guys, I just wanted you guys to look at this. I think the bull market definitely has concluded, and just like over here and over here, majority of people still thought we had another leg. Just like over here, right? Majority still thought, me too, thought that this was gonna head higher, right? And I'm sure people over here said, hey, we're about to head higher, and then we head lower. So it's definitely, we just gotta look and see what's happening right now. This may just be a great time for accumulation for you guys. Just accumulate, may just chop sideways. You know what I mean? Nothing's really pointing to me that we're gonna have any type of crazy pump anytime soon, guys. Look at the stochastic RSI. We have no cross, we have no momentum coming our way. This is on the weekly chart, and if we look at things and we are trying to use it in a bullish case, we also have to see it in the bearish case too, right? So I said, when momentum comes up here over 20, we normally have a pump. We did have a pump. We did have a pump when we crossed over the 20, but it wasn't as much I was anticipating. So we had a pump of, it's funny because it's crypto, right? 45%. It's not as much as I'm anticipating. Like, come on. We had a pump of 45%. But now the momentum is not in our favor. And listen, guys, we could look at over here. The momentum, even though we came up, like you could be down here for a little bit of time. It could be 2, 3, 4, 5 months, right? So we could be down here for a little bit of time before we start seeing more moves to the upside. So just keep that in mind. We could literally have 3 more months, 6 more months of chop, and then have our first leg. Nobody knows, but if we're looking at the momentum, there's no momentum showing us like, hey, we're definitely at the this could definitely be the bottom, but we're definitely not moving up anytime like tomorrow, right? As for us getting down to 19k, that's never happened before in a market cycle for us to go down. But if it does, that'd be a great opportunity for us to maybe DCA in, so nothing like if you're down on some bags, I've definitely taken some losses on some of my bags, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You got to just keep in mind that, hey, nothing's wrong, guys. Nothing's wrong. We could definitely head lower. Don't get me wrong. We could definitely, we made high, low, lower low. We could definitely do this and then head to a next leg down. That's definitely a possibility. And we could definitely touch if that 20k, but it has never actually happened before where you touch a previous market cycle high. But a lot of things haven't happened before. Bitcoin never happened before Bitcoin was created. You know what I mean? The 19, from my knowledge, this has never happened before in history. So don't think just because something never happened before that it can't happen in these markets, right? So yeah, guys, that's all. Keep learning, keep understanding. A lot of people are down. I'm reading on Twitters and everything that people are depressed and committing suicide, which is very unfortunate. But just remember, man, and you really gotta remind yourself in the crypto space that money is not, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because if you have the information and you have the skills, you'll always be able to make it back. So just keep reminding yourself that. I know when you read especially when you're in crypto. Like, people are making 100x gains, turning 10,000 into 10 million. You're like, yo, how come I'm not doing that? Don't worry about it. Just worry about building the skill set. Because if you get 100x, a 200x, a 800x, and you didn't actually know why you got it or anything, which, a lot of people don't. Some people definitely do know how to predictably go about it because they're doing it on a consistent basis. But if you don't know how, you should be thankful that you didn't get that 200, 300x, because now you actually have to learn that skill on how to. Money comes fast, and money will also leave just as fast. So just keep in there, keep studying, keep learning. The crypto market's only about 12 or 13 years old, or Bitcoin is. Half of these cryptos have only been around for 3 years, right? And guys, this is the beginning. We're in the beginning. So don't just be discouraged. Stay positive, and I'm just gonna leave you with that. All right, enjoy. Take care.